Now, multiple inmates are still on the run nearly 24 hours after escaping from the Orleans Parish Jail. It's a story we've been following for most of the day. The FBI is now offering a $5,000 reward for information.
And we just learned that another of these escapees was now caught in New Orleans East. So tonight the search continues for 7 men, that is opposed to the 9 that we were looking for. Each are facing violent charges and one even recently found guilty of second-degree murder. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Devin Bartolotta. Sheriff Susan Hudson says faulty door locks played a key role in this escape, but she's not ruling out that the inmates may have had help inside. And we've learned that 3 employees were suspended today pending the investigation.
Well, right now we have a crew at NOPD headquarters. This is where Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick is set to speak any minute now. We do plan to bring you that live when she does.
But first, concerns are also being raised about how long it took before the public knew what was happening. Eleanor Tabone details a timeline of events.
At 12:22 in the morning, inmates were seen jarring one of the sliding doors open. At 12:43 a.m., the inmates entered that cell. At 1 a.m., they were seen exiting the OPSO facility using an adjacent loading dock door. They then went down a road behind the OPSO building. At 1:19 a.m., they were seen scaling the fence along I-10.
Between our building and the currently under construction phase 3, using blankets to avoid being cut by the barbed wire. Those individuals subsequently ran across the westbound and eastbound lanes of I-10 and then entered the neighborhood.
The sheriff's office says investigators found the inmates' clothes in the neighborhood. 10 inmates escaped from their cell through a hole in the wall behind the toilet. Before and after pictures show what the cell looked like prior to the escape and what it looked like after.
There are clean cuts here, and the plumbing had been removed. All of this is on the outside of the cell behind in the pipe chamber. This is how it looks initially. As you can see, we have bolts that hold those fixtures in place. These are again on the back side into the pipe chamber. All of this has been removed and these have been clean cut.
It wasn't until 7.5 hours later, at 8:30 a.m., at the jail's head count, staff noticed several inmates were missing. The sheriff's office says that's when they started searching. At 9 a.m., Sheriff Susan Hudson says she was notified. And at 9:30 a.m., they told the Marshals Task Force. At 10:30 a.m., New Orleans Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says her department learned about the escape. Then, just after 11 a.m., the sheriff held a press conference. Around 11:30 a.m., Kendall Miles was caught. He was found hiding under a car at the Hotel Monteleone parking garage. He was taken back into custody by Louisiana State Police and rebooked for simple escape. It wasn't until 1 p.m. that mug shots of the escapees were sent out. Finally, just after 2:30, a push alert was sent out by Nola Reddy, 3 hours after WWL Louisiana broke the news, and a full 14 hours after the escape. Also around 2:30 p.m, the sheriff held another press conference telling us Keith Lewis was mistakenly listed among the escapees when he was actually still in jail. Then at 5:30 p.m, the sheriff held another press conference. Just after 7:30 p.m, Robert Moody was captured and returned back to OPSO custody. Anyone with any information is urged to call Crime Stoppers. The agency and the FBI are offering cash rewards for apprehensions. Eleanor Tabone, WWL, Louisiana.